Today is a very special day on our farm, and I think it goes without saying as to why. We have a new life here in the village. This precious little baby was born only minutes ago.
Пада това, в което е завито ярето, булото.
Булото, ага.
Булото, то излезе заедно с... Направо като балон излезе.
Ага.
И тя права го роди. Беше много интересно.
Да. И ти го пукаш?
Ами, то като падна и се спука и...
Ага.
Аз само устичката изчистих на ярето да не се нагълта с колоходна вода.
Ага.
И тя почна да си го движи. То много такова. Веднага стана ярето, тръгна да търси, да цока. Цокна и виж сега е замаяно от маята.
Да.
И само ще спи. Обаче тя има напани. Сега дали е второ яре или е плацента, не мога да разбера.
Еми ще проверяваме.
Да,
нали?
трябва да са...
Толкова същата работа.
Даже е било много по-полезно, сигурно.
Сигурно. Ох. Как го чисти.
Чисти го, ама ако беше някаква друга коза, ще да го излижи цялото. До сега ще да е светнало беличко.
Че малко по малко. Да.
По-малко.
Мале, виж Мале, какво е сладко и малко.
Роди се и почна да плаче.
Браво. Еми, радва се на живота.
Нещо, ама дали ще ражда още?
Мале, какво е сладко.
Тя не го ближи много. Значи тая коза е много гнослива. И не си ближи така яретата много да ги чисти. Имахме една друга, която направо, че казвам, 2-3 колко да роди, се ги изблизваше.
Ох, много е сладко, направо.
Много хубаво. Утре ще е чисто беличко, утре ще е пък съвсем...
Пухкаво.
Да. То още мокро, тя не го лижи просто. Само главичката малко. Ама трябва.
What are you guys going to say about that? Isn't it just incredible? It never ceases to amaze me how animals just instinctively know what to do. But what happens when things don't go according to plan?
За малко, друг път.
This adorable little baby was born 2 weeks ago and still can't stand on his own. This is very concerning because the baby lamb should have gotten up within 30 minutes after birth. This signifies to Mama that everything is going as it should and she's going to continue caring for her baby. And now the work begins. We're trying to get this little baby lamb to stand, at least for now, on his own and eventually start walking. And look at this. So this didn't happen overnight. We were rehabilitating him for a while. And finally, on this day, he stood for the first time. We realized that our next steps are crucial because our goal is to get this little lamb thriving on his own. We've been bottle feeding him until now, but our goal is to get his mama to accept him back. So we really got to start walking.
Иначе пък е упорито за живот, борба за живот. Викам, бабата не може да ходи, агнето не може да ходи.
Оле!
Вече викам, защо така всичкото? Борба за живот.
1 week old.
Яде си.
Ой, какви са хубави, мали!
Тя нали знаеш как се радвам. Бабата добре изглежда. Вижда, това са родители 2 дена.
Кой?
Това черничкото.
Ох, здравей, бе! Ох, че сте сладки! Не.
Бабата и дядото добре ли са?
Здрасти. Now back to our little newborn. And I'm really happy to say that everything is looking absolutely perfect. The mama is licking her baby, she's taking care of him, and he stood up a couple of times, sat back down. He's still very wobbly, of course, but he was just born. So everything he's feeding, that's very important. He's getting the colostrum. But what I really want to show you guys here is how amazing animals really are. We don't pay attention to them sometimes, but if you notice just a few seconds ago and here, all of the sheep at the moment, goats, sheep, everything inside of this little pen is going over to the mama to check on her. I have always thought of animals as extremely intelligent beings, how in ways that we don't understand a lot of times, but either way, whole nother story there. But I really have to say I was completely speechless the first time I saw the reaction of the other animals and the newborn and his mama.
Тя скоро роди, преди колко дена? 2-3 седмици.
Ох, виж, те са.
Да, това вашата коса.
Ой!
Тя
Тя си... Тя вече е много стара да ражда, нали?
А, не, бе, ще ражда.
Ще ражда?
Не, всичките ще раждат.
Оле, ще имаш старо
Тя
за цял
винаги
село.
ражда по 2 даже. И много и голям корема, пък още няма виме. И още поне 15-20 дена ще ги носи. Ани!
А тази как се казва?
А тая няма име. Тая ме ядосва, тя е водачката и бяга направо.
Тя ли бяга?
Да. Днеска 2 пъти ми избяга. Другите ги спрях.
Да ти кажа,
Тя
че
се връща.
бягат.
Бягат, много лоши станаха. Защото много млади,
И буйни.
буйни
Да.
и направо, че казвам, не знам как ще се справи.
Ама красиви.
Много красиви. И всяко животно си има лице.
Да.
Много
Да.
интересно, че аз преди не обръщах внимание. Дори никога не съм познавала нашите животни. Обаче сега забелязвам как всяко животно е като хората. Различно е.
Имат си характер.
Характер имат и лице е различно. Това е момче.
Момченце.
Да. Черно.
And there you have a small introduction to just some of our extended family members. And I'm really not kidding when I'm referring to them as our extended family members. It may sound crazy to some, but even my grandpa, he would absolutely look at his sheep and goats as his children. Each and every goat of his and sheep, he primarily took care of goats, but any animal had his or her own name. He knew their personalities, and let's not even get into what he thought about his bees. He absolutely adored his huge colony of bees. Speaking of my grandpa's goats, I'll actually tell you guys a really funny story. It's funny now, it wasn't funny back then. Back then, the village had a shepherd, and he would bring the animals home around 6 p.m. I would always run outside and help the animals back into our house, but one day we noticed that we are missing a goat and her baby. I didn't think too much of it because I figured she'll come home soon, but my grandpa was absolutely distraught because we have jackals and wolves on the farm. So you can imagine what he was thinking. So we went out into the night, into the forest, with a gun, of course, looking for our goat. No sign of her. And long story short, the next morning, 4 a.m., when we went looking for her again, she greeted us with her baby at the bridge. So she hid out all night, protected her baby, probably stayed away from the river because that's where the animals, the jackals and wolves, would go, and came out in the morning to come back home when things were safe. Tell me that's not an intelligent animal.
Не, не може. Да, Иванка ми чака. Айде. Какво правиш, моето момиче?
Look how they just stare at you when you look at them. You can see the baby over there next to his mama, her mama. Right over there. Nah.